Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Libra. Money and career, Libra. Money and career, Libra. Money and career, Libra. Money and career. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, okay. We're going to see how far this takes us. These four at the root? Okay, we'll do that. Fantastic. Okay. So think of this kind of as a tree. If these were smaller, it would kind of look a bit better. But we have the bark, the trunk of the tree and the roots going down. And then we have the tree with the branches up on top. So at our base, at our root, we have Temperance, which is Sagittarius energy, time frame November 22nd to December 21st. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy, April 20th to May 20th. And we have the Seven of Wands. Oh, that's interesting. The 7 counting down, the 8 counting down to the 7, or the 7 going into the 8, depending on how you see it. But there's the sense of knowing when to choose your battles. So there's balance as things start speeding up. It's claiming our power, but it's also, there are also institutions, okay? There are ways things are done. And it doesn't mean that we have to fall in line all the time, but we do have to know that there are ways things are done, and especially for ourselves. Like there are ways we need to do things for ourselves, and then to choose our battles wisely, or else it'll feel like we're always fighting. We have the Sun and the Two of Swords. That's beautiful. So the Sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. The Two of Swords, paths opening up to us. The Knight of Pentacles, slowly and steadily moving towards prosperity, also Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and the Queen of Swords, which represents us in, excuse me, in the Minor Arcana. And then we have the Five of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Five of Cups, change your mind, change your life. The Four of Pentacles, vampiric energy. And that's really draining us. We're really feeling that during this time. So do be mindful of feeling a bit blue. It could be depressed, could be just overwhelmed, anxious, not feeling like we know which way that we're headed, or no matter what decision we make, it's going to wind up being the wrong one some way, somehow. So to be aware of that here is going to be very important for us. Okay, let's look at our chakra energy for this time. Libra, money and career. Libra, money and career. Libra, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide this reading. Rebirth, this is the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. There is a real sense of transformation during this time. And we really want this transformation because we're tired of the same old, same old. We're tired of of feeling like we're never getting ahead. And this is a time where we start to see ourselves moving towards what we want. But we also have to be very mindful of the power that we are exuding, the power that we are even wasting on other people to be able to claim how we want to move forward. And now the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Libra, money and career. Libra, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Princess of Swords. Now, this can represent ourselves because we are represented by the swords in the minor arcana. And there can be times where we ourselves act like a princess, which I know nobody likes to hear, but sometimes all of us do. We can sit there and just think like, oh, why isn't this happening? It should be happening the way that I want it. And it's really saying here, go out and get it. Go out for it. There's also this real sense of verbal manipulation by somebody who doesn't want to go out and strive, like doesn't want to put in the 10,000 hours to become a master at something. They just want it right away. And they're going to piggyback off of us. And that's not going to be okay, because we're going to see here during this time that we're really headed in a different direction. We are finding balance, the subconscious and the conscious mind, what we desire, what we want, what we need, where we're headed, what we're headed towards. There starts to be the sense of balance to us, our spiritual self, our earthly self, everything that we're trying to understand. The third eye starts to open, the fire starts to shine. We start to shine. And this is a sense of balance within our relationships, balance within what we desire within our lives, the balance of the way that we move forward. And it starts to change things. Why? Because there's a bit more confidence, because we're willing to take these risks. We're stepping out of our comfort zone. And I just laughed because I was watching something on YouTube about this girl, like going up and asking guys out, and just thinking of how odd that is in our day and age, to be able to go up to people, to be able to talk to people, and not just to hide behind our apps. And so, yes, that's talking about love and romance, but here it's saying the same thing. It's like, let's go forward. Let's see what happens. Yes, the state of the world and everything about it, but let's see what opening the door is like what asking the questions and being bold and brave is like, because it's going to change things. And if we're saying, Dane, I've been bold, I've been brave, I've been shot down so many times, I don't know if I have it in me anymore. Remember that, Thomas Edison tried to create the light bulb like 1,000 times or even better, and couldn't get there. He didn't get there. He knew how many times it didn't work until that one time that it did. So when we're looking and when we're searching and when we're going after what's right for us, we're going to find a lot more easily what isn't right. And as Abraham Hicks said, we put it into the vortex. We put it into, the space where it's like, okay, this is my learning space. This is a space where I put, every fault, every stumble, every hurt, every pain, so that I can evolve and become. And I know what I don't want, so I can learn what I do. And I've always felt, ever since I was little, it's really easy for us to know who we're not. It's harder for us to figure out truly and honestly who we are and how that translates into the rest of the world. And so it brings us then to the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is standing in our power, is knowing what we desire. It's truth and insight and understanding, and it's power and source and determination. It's holding the keys, knowing that the keys stand before us. The kingdom to heaven is about us. It's waiting for us to take action towards it. So here, there's power. The Hierophant, we forget that in medieval times, the Pope was the pinnacle of success. He was the person who could tell emperors and empresses what to do, kings and queens what to do. And so here, when we have this come up, it's like we have the power to change things, to move things forward. We have the repeat of the number 5, which is showing us that there is freedom coming. There is a sense of issues being resolved more easily than we thought they could be resolved. There is a sense of power and determination, a sense of real insight. And so during this time, we have to also be true to ourselves. We have to be true to that inner voice that guides us, that moves us forward. There's a sense of institutions with the Hierophant, things that have been constructed, and having to play by the rules, but not having to be owned by the rules. So that's going to be a very powerful way forward. And then as we're looking at everything and as we're learning to play by these rules, not to step on every stone. My great-grandma used to always say, if you step on every stone, you'll never get to the other side. Some battles, they're not worth fighting. Because if we fight every every person who disagrees with us, or if we fight every silly comment, we'll never stop fighting. There's a real sense here of having to step back and say, what's important? Where do I want to give my energy, and where don't I want to give my energy? We all know those people, and we can even work with those people who they fight everything. They're always on the warpath. And it's like, oh my goodness, just stop. You'd get more done. You'd be listened to more if you weren't always on the warpath. And so here, there's that energy of choose our battles wisely. Choose them wisely. Because we will be empowered because of it. Because people will see us as this balanced person who's moving and changing with the career, with what they want, who's an innovative thinker, and who is very much in control of themselves, like what they want and where they want to be and how we want to move forward. And then when we stand up, when we say something, it's listened to. It holds weight to it. And if the place becomes too much, like it's too overwhelming, there's no beauty there, there's no joy there, we can start to think of, okay, do I change jobs? Do I open up the door? Do I start a side project where my job, it brings me the money, and that's important, but now my side project brings me fulfillment. Where do I get my fulfillment? Where do I feel, seen and heard and valued? Because the sun is coming in. The sun is the happiest card in the whole entire deck. It's joy, it's prosperity. It can be being childlike, just in that freedom, in that beauty. It opens up our world, and it opens up ourselves. And then when we have this blessing come in, also know that people will try to take us by eyes. They will try to say, I see this light radiating from you. Or they will think, I see this light radiating from you. I see this power. I see this beauty. I want it. I want this, and you have it. So I'm just going to take it from you. I'm going to knock you down. I'm going to attack you. I'm going to be the one who pokes and points out all your flaws. Let them be who they want to be. Don't let them, though, take away your light, bring you down. They can be as petty, as spiteful as they wish. Ignore them. Because we're going to see here with this light shining through that the two options that we thought we had, the two ways that we always thought our lives will move forward, we're going to start to see other options coming. We're going to start to see other avenues opening. And that becomes exciting. We're slowly and steadily moving towards prosperity. We're slowly and steadily moving towards wealth, or what we value as much as money during this time. This is also a time where we can have real collaboration with an earth sign energy, with a person who knows about money, knows how to handle money very well. Earth sign energies tend to be very good with that. And they have our backs. The knight has the back of the queen. So the knight is defending the queen. Now, we can also say there is an attack. For some, there might be where we think we're heading in one direction and somebody kind of throws us a curveball and heads us into another direction. But I do see us really being protected by this earth sign energy, or by this energy of prosperity. And the knight that has the queen's back, that has our back, is really sitting there and wanting us to succeed and wanting us to strive more. So it can be a person who it doesn't actually feel like they want us to succeed because they're pushing us hard, they're pushing us out of our comfort zone, they're really fighting things for us, or fighting us even at times to say, no, you can do more, no, you can push harder. And it's like, okay, stop. But what they're really doing is propelling us towards a place of success. And it's going to be that we have this transformation, the butterflies on our crown, the butterflies on our throne. And we have the butterfly in the rebirth. We ourselves are being reborn. Powerful, steadfast, determined, insightful, cutting through a lot of negativity, anger, doubts, fears, chaos, really looking at what we want in life. Also being a little bit more business-minded. Libra is going to be very beneficial for us. It's going to be really important to look at things through business eyes, which is why we're going to get annoyed at the Knight of Pentacles that's propelling us one way, because we're going to want to look at things rather emotionally or compassionately. And sometimes in business, the two don't always go hand in hand. So this is a time where we cut through a lot of doubts and fears and angers. We state what needs to be stated. We look at what needs to be looked at, and we open up the door. It leads us to the doubts and the fears. Like, can I do this? Can I move forward this way? Do I know what I want? Don't I know what I want? I failed so many times before. How do I move forward? How do I embrace success? How do I, tackle what I desire? And the Five of Cups has us looking at our doubts, our fears, our angers, our upsets, our upheavals, instead of turning around and seeing the Two of Cups, the healing, beautiful love that guides us, the healing beauty that propels us forward. We look at the spilt wine. It's kind of like that old saying, don't cry over spilt milk. But we're going to want to. We're going to want to say, but I can't get it back. I can't move forward that way. That way is closed to us for a reason. And it's important to understand that, because a lot of times we get really hooked on one certain way of things being, one certain idea of success, one certain way forward. And here it's like, no, turn around. Change your point of view. Change what you are looking at. Change what you are looking for. Because the two roads that were open to us, they're expanding. It isn't just two ways. We're now looking into ourselves. We're now looking at our minds, which sounds interesting to say, but talking to our minds, meditating, contemplating, desiring, making lists, planning things out, seeing where it is that we want to be, taking leaps of faith. And we're going to see that, again, the two ways that we thought, the two strict roads that we had, now we're heading in a path we never realized. When I was growing up, I thought you could be a stay-at-home mom, right? Or you could be a big corporate person. And the stay-at-home mom, for me, was much more attractive than the big corporate person, because that was just scary. But I never thought this road. I never thought this road in 1,000 years. So here, we're going to see things that take us on adventures that we never thought possible, that we never even envisioned. And we have this vampiric energy around the success. It's going to be around our minds, our hearts, our heart chakra, our solar plexus, our crown chakra, even our earth star chakra, and then, our soul star chakra, and then around our earth star chakra at our feet. We have this block that's keeping us from success. It can be that we were raised in a house where there was always arguments over money, that there was always fighting over money, that money became something that was desperately wanted, but it always seemed unobtainable. There can also be people in our lives that are just negative, angry, hurtful people that pull us back, that stomp out our joy, that try to tell us we can't be what we need to be. The Four of Pentacles tells us to be very mindful of vampiric energy, of the people who point out our failures over our successes, of the people who drag us down, who hurt us, who deny us. And this is going to be a time where we start to say, no, I'm done. No, I'm done with this. But it's going to hold on. It's going to take its claws and really rip into us as we're starting to gain momentum, as we're starting to see things more clearly and to look at things more honestly and to be propelled out of our comfort zone into a place of success and bounty. And this right here is going to be the darkness that tries to pull us back. So do be mindful of it. Be very, very mindful of it, because it can be that we're moving along at a really nice clip, and then all of a sudden we hit a wall. And we don't know exactly what that wall is. It can be psychological barriers. It can be, attacks on us spiritually that are happening. And we just need to step back and say, okay, this might not be a time where I'm performing at my best. This might be a time where I need to take a break. I need to step back. I need to, check in with me. But I'm not in any way, shape, or form being defeated or denied. And that's going to be a game changer for us. Now let's look at the way Spirit defines this reading. Please define the money and career reading for Libra. Please define the money and career reading for Libra. Please define the money and career reading for Libra. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Oh, you have two. Yeah, the Lovers and the King of Pentacles. Now, this person pushing us forward might be a romantic partner. They might be a really good friend, somebody that we have this love relationship with. There's going to be the sense of two different points of view coming forward during this time. And yeah, and of course, the Lovers is Gemini energy, time frame May 21st to June 20th. The King of Pentacles is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So the knight becomes the king. There is this huge power towards wealth. And it doesn't necessarily have to be money, though that is always really, really nice. But it can also be something we value as much as money stepping into our lives, like coming forward, something that is sacredly important to us, having a place, having a power within our lives, within ourselves. The Lovers is our heart's desires, our joys, our successes, our prosperities. Also, the Taoist statement that this and that is true. Not everybody is going to agree with us, and more importantly, not everybody has to agree with us. But there's this way of knowing that there will be differing opinions, there will be differing paths, there we go, forward. But the power and the purpose of them, the joining of our angels, the blessings that are coming are profound. And we see our angels blessing us with balance, blessing us with harmony, blessing us with this way of connecting to our career and being propelled forward within our career, or again, what we value, our hobbies that bring us joy, the sense of fulfillment, the sense of satisfaction. And then the Hierophant is really opening those skills, like really honing these skills that make us who we are, that kind of set us apart from others. And as we do this, we connect. We connect with our love, we connect with our passion, we connect with our prosperity. We start to see the way that things intertwine that we never thought they would. And so we really start to open up our eyes and we really start to be empowered. Now this leads us to our spirit animal message. Libra, money and career. Libra, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. It's the Bobcat spirit. Life is a mystery. It's not supposed to be solved. It's not supposed to be figured out. It's supposed to be a mystery. So let us discover that mystery of ourselves, that mystery of what we desire, that mystery of where we want to be. And don't take away the mystery from life. You know, a lot of times we think, I want to know everything. I want it all like laid out, black and white, white page, black print, everything I can see. And as a Libra, as, ruled by justice, as a person ruled by justice, we think that that's what we want. And we don't realize that the justice is the discernment, the ability to say, I don't want that energy in my life. I don't want to walk that path. I need to walk this path. I need to have this way of being. I need to have this form of balance. And it's always a little bit different than everybody else's, but it's always astoundingly profound. Now it moves us to our subconscious spirit animal message, which is the chameleon spirit. Act as if. Act as if we've made it. Act as if we're there. It's fake it till you make it type of deal. The subconscious person message, or energy message, is the Lovers again. Gemini energy. This sense of duality. We have to be mindful of the duality. People aren't going to see things the same way we see things. People are going to be using the same words to define things that we use. It's not a bad thing, it's just a different thing. And so here, we also can't get caught up in the lust of it, in the way that we think it's going to be beautiful, in the imagination. A lot of times with relationships, we have this ideal person in our heads. And we want that person that we partner with to be that ideal person in our heads. And it's understanding the reality. So we have this ideal, and it's understanding the reality of what we're getting. It moves us then to our subconscious chakra message, which is holistic health. This is the root chakra. This is a sense of of listening to our holistic self. Also turning to more natural paths, more leafy greens, more things that are good for us. And I'm really looking at the beauty of embracing our genuine selves, our holistic selves, our empowered selves, and opening up, moving forward because of it. Holistic health is one of my favorite cards because it's the root chakra. It's the root of us. It's like, what is the soil we're planting ourselves in? How are we growing? How are we understanding? How are we nourishing and taking care of ourselves? When we're ill, do we give ourselves time to heal, or do we constantly push through it? Or do we give ourselves too much time to heal so that we become, we like atrophied in it? So here, it's looking at and being really honest with ourselves and looking at the way that we need to move forward and what we desire and how the healing process starts and stays with us. Our subconscious message for the defining of this reading is the Page of Pentacles. Again, the Pentacles come through. We have King, we have Knight, we have Page. There's a sense of being a student of money, of wealth. There's a real sense of things opening, that we expect it to be closed. There's a real sense of seeing power and beauty and connections and making connections. This is a time to sow those seeds of connections. And, if we're in school, to do internships, if we're, in business, to open up a book, to learn, to watch podcasts, to, expand our minds, because we're going to be soaking everything in, and it's all going to help us earn that money, obtain that wealth. It leads us to our subconscious message for this whole entire reading, which is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is passion and creation and moving forward and charging forward. Now, this is us in the minor arcana, again, coming through the knight that protects the queen. We can be very hasty in the way that we're protecting things, in the way that we're charging forward, in what we're going after. So we have to think things through. And when we think things through, it's time to slay the dragons. It's time to slay the fears that have held us back, that have kept us down. And it's time to embrace the cutting through the poison of the world, the seeing what we desire, the opening up of who we are and what we want and where we need to be. And that becomes such a change. And there's a braveness to this. We are elevating and raising our energy vibration, our spirit, and our desire. It moves us then to power. Okay. All right, Gemini. All right, Libra. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we move forward in our careers and as we let ourselves shine. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Libra.